Hey guys, Sheepy here again. Today I want to talk about the perhaps most explosive early game yet, from our game against Giants, and show you exactly what went wrong and what went right. Like every time, it all started in the draft. We picked an early GP, Zoe and Jarvan, as the enemy answered with the Sejuani, Tristana and Vladimir. However, since they didn't pick a counterpart to Zoe, and neither did we to their Tristana, both champion pools were targeted in the second ban phase with a Galio ban from us and a Kalista and Caitlyn ban from Giants. In the end, we settled for a rather common Ezreal pick, but Giants went with a riskier Kassadin pick. With Sejuani and Kassadin, both champions notoriously weak early game and especially level 1, we decided to invade, and that's where things started to get really spicy. With Gangplank and Jarvan standing in the pixel bush and Zoe in the mid lane bush, we spot Sejuani warding out and sadly miss out on killing it. That means they will spot our invade and it will be less surprising for the enemy. However, as we are still stronger, we decided to go for it regardless. Once the red buff is seconds away from spawning, the trio walks in and starts to aggro the red buff. GP and Jarvan start to hit the red buff, and with the minions in the mid lane, Zoe starts to retreat to not miss any of them. However, that's exactly when Vladimir and Sejuani walk in, reset the aggro of the red buff, and Vladimir walks to the top lane to catch melee minions before they die. GP, not wanting to lose any either, follows, and Sejuani and Jarvan are left zoning until finally Zoe moves from the mid lane. Jarvan starts hitting the red buff again, and Zoe starts zoning the Sejuani to secure the red buff. Zoe and Jarvan combine their burst with smite to make sure there is no steal. However, the bush at the red buff is warded and Sejuani gets the absolute miracle steal. Going over it in slow motion shows, the red buff has 574 HP before the Zoe Q hits, and both junglers smite for 390 true damage. Which means that the red buff after the fully charged Zoe Q must have had around about 391 HP, when Jarvan smited and then Sejuani. All of this happening in a fraction of a second. Again, a true miracle smite. The effect from that smite steal are massive for us. Sejuani, now level 2, proceeds to run to our blue, forces Jarvan away and takes it. It is minute 3 and our Jarvan is level 1 without any XP. Jarvan walks now over to his red, and Sejuani takes his entire topside jungle. Zoe, still being stronger, puts a ward on the blue and spots that it's still up. The first step for our comeback. Jarvan, spotting the Sejuani once she starts the blue, instantly moves over there to interrupt. Sejuani, without smite, retreats and resets the blue buff. After Zoe pushed in the Kassadin, she moves in with Jarvan, and even though being one level down with Jarvan compared to Sejuani, we start the blue confidently, believing in our stronger early game teamfighting. Taric and Braum rotate, and Zoe hits the blue over the wall. However, she leaves herself open to be easily engaged on by Sejuani and Taric. Once Kassadin is close enough and they see an opening, they go for the kill on Zoe. As they try to kill Zoe, Jarvan manages to combo them, buying time for Zoe to throw her E and escape before Sejuani stun connect. That turned the fight in our favor. Giants turn now on the Jarvan, but with Zoe safe, we turn on the Sejuani, which dies after being ignited by Zoe and running into her E. Afterwards, we swiftly clean up the fight, flashing on Kassadin, killing him first, and then Taric, for a 3-for-1 trade. That allows us to snowball from there, with our double buff Ezreal getting soon 2 levels ahead of the Tristana. Despite the massive setback in the early game, everyone in the team stayed focused and looked for opportunities, which led to our comeback. So if you guys have ever a bad start to your solo queue game, make sure to still try your best, so you might end up as well with a comeback of your own. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Always try your best, Sheepy.